Alright, hello. I'm gonna jump right into the message today. Starting from Revelation 18 through 15, I want to say, somewhere around that ballpark. Cargoes of cinnamon, wheat, cattle, wine, olive oil, incense, myrrh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna repeat that again. Cargoes of cinnamon, cattle, wheat, incense, myrrh, cattle, horses. Okay, so this basically here in this particular passage of scripture, lets us know that life has always been about a business and like an organization and treated like an organization. And the reason why I say that it's been treated like an organization and a business is because people themselves have corrupted and corroded what actually God had put and the divine has put here for man to basically live freely and kind. And I'm going to repeat this again. Cargoes of cinnamon, wheat, myrrh. Myrrh basically represents, it is a holistic form of what individuals nowadays and our ancestors and certain people and individuals have used as rituals. Myrrh actually comes from a plant, okay? It is used for certain things. But now frankincense, you can find that in incense. You can find that in other forms. It also comes from a herbal plant again as well. So what I want to say is basically that life has been basically treated as a business by people and organizations and things to basically to corrupt. You have also good organizations as well, but I'm going to also speak on the simple fact is this: the word Edom, as scripture speaks, as the Bible actually speaks of Edom, and this is not to place the finger at any race or any individual. So basically Edom is known as, from scripture, it's also connected to Esau and Jacob in the Bible. Jacob, and that actually represents the one who was born red, because I want to say Jacob or Esau from biblical scripture, from what the Bible expresses, that one was born actually red and the other one was born hairy. So, and I'm going to also jump onto Edom, another actual scripture meaning that you can actually look up for yourself. Edom also represents the white man, or the one who placed in slavery, who placed thee in slavery, such on and so forth. So I'm going to just jump onto this scripture. Okay, starting at 7:21 and 23. 7:21 and 23. This is actually Corinthians 7:21 and 23. So with that being said and done, there's also a particular place that I want to touch bases on. Basically says, were you a slave? Okay, were you a slave when you were called? Were you a slave when you were called? Basically is saying that, were you a slave when you were called, is saying that basically if you have the names, okay, basically I'm going to repeat that. Were you a slave when you were called? Basically translates back to scripture, biblically speaking, that if so, fear not, or trouble not, or fear not any trouble, if you were put into slavery. Okay? It also shares the knowledge and the passage and the understanding that if this is the case, basically go ahead and try by any means to free yourself, or becoming free from basically being in bondage. So we know that I've always have basically said that, of course, Christianity was formed by the mindset of enslavement, but the true salvation is basically when you have an alignment with God and you know your purpose and you know source, and you're connected to your ancestors and you're connected to that one source who is God himself. But at the end of the day, I say this to say that you must be free. And the only way you can find freedom is not being bound to something that causes enslavement, whether that be drugs, whether it be addiction, whatever the case may be. You have to find your peace. You have to find your power, and you have to find your purpose to be basically to be able to have the ability to conquer that thing. That is what I'm trying to say. Peace, love, happiness to all. Bye, so.